lovely co-host Stephanie Plays Vlogs, and one of our fantastic moderators, Instinct, or as he is now going by, Instinky.
Instinky.
I am ready.
Oh gosh.
Instinky. Hello, he hates being called Instinky, but it's cute and it's funny.
So I saw something very interesting over the weekend. I will bring up in just a minute.
Well, for the mesh news, unfortunately promote my assistant in my chief, so right now we've got a spot open for that. Not gonna say the reason, but ready to walk in today. So yeah. I don't think I found anything really interesting.
Well, I did. I can't remember exactly when I found it, but I definitely think it's pretty interesting. Like, now, I don't know if you all know this or not. I'm pretty sure you do, because it's kind of not really been everywhere, but kind of word of mouth everywhere. But vinyl records, so records are now actually, increasing in popularity again. Well, I don't know if they are now. I know like a year or two ago they were really increasing in popularity, and the value was increasing like tremendously. Like, you used to be able to sell them for like $40, $50 a pop, like per record. I mean, which is insane. I mean, not like I'm saying that bad. Records are awesome, but just saying that they were selling for that much in the world of CDs and all. Which, again, glad they're coming back up because they are great. But I guess they must be doing it really well, or Rockstar really knows they're going to sell something, or they're just taking a massive gamble, because on September 20th, the music of Red Dead Redemption 2, the original soundtrack, the vinyl, is coming. So you can pre-order it now, actually. So I wonder, are they taking a gamble, or do they know they're going to be able to sell enough to recoup their money? Because Rockstar don't always do things when they know they can make money, but they only do things if they know they can make money, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, they're very picky on how they do it. Because, like, they won't do something if they know they can't make money, but they don't always do something if they know they will make money. So, what do y'all think?
I never played Red Dead, so I don't know what the game's like, but I like the idea that they're opening the option for the music to be used. Hopefully some of the music's copyright free.
Personally, go ahead, Stephanie.
No, you can go.
Personally, I love the Red Dead Redemption 2 music. I love how they like the old musical instruments and all that. And especially with the scene where they're building the house, that was probably my favorite song out of the entire game. Also, Zach, I'd like to congratulate you on hitting 400 subscribers on your channel.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Congrats, my guy.
Thank you, man. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all of you that did subscribe. But
yeah,
I mean, I think it's really hard to kind of know, because I mean, they're either getting really confident and really cocky, and they're like, oh, a lot of people love the game. And especially considering the fact that it's not even out on PC, so they haven't even hit that PC player base yet, So I think it's a little risky at this point in time, because, like I said, they don't have their PC player base to kind of back up at least a few more sales of the vinyl, so, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot that we don't really know much about when it comes to Rockstar in game.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot, but I do know, what I said earlier is that they won't do anything if they know they can't make any money off it, and they don't always do stuff even if they know they'll make money off it. So,
Yeah.
but with vinyls, I mean, it's kind of like, because vinyls not really died, but they really faded out over the past decade, or a little over a decade ago, I think. And then within the past 4 years, about 3-4 years ago, they picked up in popularity again, but I haven't really heard much about them. So I don't really know if they're still very popular and they're still getting, even more pricey. So I mean, or if they're dropping in value, and so they're just trying to catch on to that now. I mean, as they're still selling for a decent amount. I mean, who only knows? I mean, like I said, only time will tell. But I thought that was very interesting that they're doing vinyl, before PC release of Red Dead, which I always find it weird when companies release games, but on Xbox and PlayStation first and not PC, because you think PC would be the easiest one to do since you kind of have to design it on PC. So you think it would be the most...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'm probably wrong on that, but you would think, especially bigger companies, it wouldn't be that hard to... Hi. What was it? Samuel, Sandbox, and more. World War II Panzer and Christopher Instinct. And who left you in your helicopter by yourself to do this? Stephanie, were you in session with somebody and you just left them in their helicopter by themselves? Did you do that again?
I've not been in main session today. I was in the V2 for like 20 minutes, but I got a headache with
V2 helicopter?
No, I've not been in a helicopter today.
Okay, in Stinky?
I mean, left an ambulance at the station for them, but...
I have not been in Maine today, no.
Well, same, so it's none of us. So it must be, Samuel Sandbox. Alright, so like the title of this episode suggests, we are back, because we did not podcast over the weekend, because I was away, and I kind of figured we'd kind of give everybody the time to just chill out over the weekend.
Have a little break.
Exactly, have a little bit of a break over the week, which we'll do every once in a while. We will be podcasting on the weekends, of course, but I figured since I had a lot of stuff to do anyway, I figured I might as well give some of the staff a break and just let them rest over the weekend. So you come back fresh to the podcast today, which is a brand new podcast schedule that I have posted this morning. So go ahead and check that out. If you want to find that, that'll be on the podcast server. Good. We have the podcast Discord server, which is the second link in the description below. The first link, which I also suggest that you go ahead and click on, is the link to Stephanie Plays Vlogs, an absolutely terrible YouTuber. You really should unsub to her. She screams the whole lot. I'm kidding. She's fantastic. I always say she's fantastic. I wanted to say something different when she's here, but she is amazing. She is a fantastic YouTuber, and she's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I might be live later today, but I'm probably be live tomorrow. We're live pretty much every day this week.
Nice.
So it's gonna be fun. Live every day this week, ranging between all three departments, obviously. But I'm not sure what's going on next week. So, relaxing while I can, and getting some good RP in. So hopefully some interesting shit will come this week.
Yeah, I've got to get back to recording videos. I hope to be doing that this week, starting tonight, if possible. I say if possible because, you know, sessions on PS4 mainly are, like, always full, so I can't get in until probably 6, so, but, yeah, so Stephanie's Plays Vlogs is the first link in the description. Do go ahead and check her out. Like I said, she is amazing, absolutely fantastic, and then the second link will be the official DOIJ podcast server, and third is the DOIJ interview server, so do go ahead and join that if you want to join RP. You gotta go through the interview process, and then the training process. If you pass the interview process, and then if you pass the training process, you'll then get moved into the main that you interviewed for, and then you will begin your journey as, well, either civilian or LEO. If you're in GTA, if you're in RDR2, I believe it is Outlaw, and then, Deputy, I think?
Yeah, they have a few.
Yeah, that was a little different, but,
Spider-Man, I've spoken to people on the block who say the escape team tried to break into their building.
so.
Yeah.
And also there is a lot of stuff planned, and some stuff has actually been brought to the server, like some new roles, for instance, that allow you all to be, I guess, allow you all to help out, is probably the best way to put it. So if y'all do want to see those, go ahead and join the podcast server, because they actually have a new channel, new text chat channel that, actually, who posted it? I can't remember who it was, sorry. Where it actually has the roles, and it describes their responsibilities, and our wondrous mod, Instinky, decided to help with that, so thank you for that, greatly appreciated.
No problem, glad to help.
I do feel bad because he did a great job the first time he made it, except for the fact of some typos that I had accidentally put in there and sent to him. So that was I had to go and edit that out, and it wasn't just one or two; it was actually quite a few. So that was not.
Damn, Instinky.
Yeah, not taking out my typos. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I have to talk to a couple people in a bit with Instinky, so, but, they're updating all the call signs, so that's really good to know. Sorry, I've been...
So, how was your weekend, Stephanie?
It's been doing decent, planning some party and mass events with Instinky. I'll have to sit with Bob.
You did what with the ball?
I will stand with Bob later and talk about some stuff, hopefully. But the Friday Mass department's coming along really well. Finally, they're updating all the call signs. And
Good.
that's like, I'm so happy they're updating the call signs because it makes our lives 10 times easier when it comes to stuff like that.
They've gone back on the run. Smaller groups.
Picking them off a few at a time takes longer, but it's
Wow.
safer, especially for New York.
Exactly. Nice going.
No, but I'm excited for the events that we're planning. There's like a parade just for show some LEOs and Friday EMS and respect
That'll
and
be fun.
honor what they do. We've got the street names and everything written down, so
Wait, you got street names? I mean, like, you have the route, or do you just have random street names written down? Like,
obviously probably gonna sit with Scarfo, Statine, and go over the route. Obviously they'll want to know the location, the route, and everything like that. So,
any idea as to when this event is going to go down?
I don't know. But we'll have to also, like I said, have to sit with Scarfo and talk about the event, most likely, or Constantine, and be like,
Alright.
when is your best day to do it? And I don't know if it will be this week. I kind of hope it to be this week. But,
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, hopefully you can get everything situated and everything figured out and all that, and get
Yeah.
it done. That'll be cool, man. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I look forward to providing security for the event.
Yeah.
In other Fire EMS news, the SWAT subdivision for LEO on the PS4 side is now officially accepting SWAT paramedics. So if you would like to try that out, you're more than welcome to. The SWAT training does take a few hours, but if you have the time and you have the dedication, you're probably more than likely going to make it in.
Oh yeah. That's really good. Obviously, talking to the Air SWAT commander, volunteers at the moment are on hold being able to go for it for reasons, but hopefully we can get volunteers back into SWAT.
Well, sure, you'll get everything you need. Hey, are you saying something? Because if you are, your mic's not working.
No.
Okay. So I hear somebody cutting in and out in the background, so I was just making sure your mic didn't stop working.
Yeah, follow me over that movie, Dave. Like, nope.
I think this group of Sable agents is locking people up and straight up robbing them.
You mean asset seizure? That's for drug dealers, mobsters,
Yeah, well, they're applying it to anyone with nice cars or jewelry.
which just makes them criminals. Treat them like it.
Oh, sorry, did I startle you?
So, Background noise. People watching movies.
Sorry, what?
The background noise is people watching the movie downstairs.
Yeah. What's the movie?
Endgame. Avengers Endgame. I've seen it already.
Same. It's a good movie.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Yep, wrong person. Yes, I'm definitely excited for today's community meeting. Those of you not in the podcast server, we do have a community meeting today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of which I'll then be going over the new roles and how you can apply for them. So yeah, that'll definitely be interesting to see how people actually apply. Because I know quite a few people said that they wanted to help out in the server and the podcast. So this would be a way for y'all to do that.
Today seems very slow. I don't know what it is.
What wasn't slow?
Today just seems slow in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering it's Monday, I mean, I kind of expect it to be slow.
Everyone's in school. Oh, some kids are in school. Some aren't.
Oh, hey, reinforcement guys! I just talked to your boss. She said you could take the rest of the day off. I swear!
Yeah, we got new roles, and I thought I had more to see this. I can't remember what it was. But
sit down and go through inactive volunteers and remove them.
If you'd like me to go over the new roles that were added, I can go ahead and do that for you.
yeah, go ahead.
Alright, guys. Alright, so for the new roles that Zach has added into the server recently, we're going to have our DOIJ news team. It's going to, at least once a podcast, depending on the podcast schedule, it's going to be people that work for Weasel News that are going to be in the main server. They're going to come into the podcast and they're basically going to say the weekly news that has been going on in the main server. Then we have the podcast news research team. They basically find news for the podcast to talk about, such as gaming, tech-related, etc., etc. Then we have our member helpers. They basically help members with finding the right chats or answering any questions that they might have. And we have our podcast chat assistant. They look at the stream chat and they answer any questions, as well as give any questions to Zach Ryder for him to answer, or to the co-host, Stephanie. And those are basically the four main roles that are added into the new server, to the podcast server.
Like I mentioned earlier, first off, thank you, Ian Stinky, for, oh gosh, that name.
It's the cutest thing ever.
Oh my gosh, I can't stop laughing, sorry. Thank you for reading that off, and Stinky. And like I said earlier, in the community meeting today, we will tell y'all how you can apply for each of those roles. Again, if you want to join the podcast server, it'll be the second link in the description. I'd highly recommend that you do that, as you'll be updated before people that aren't in the podcast server on quite a few things, like some stuff that might be going on with the podcast, like if they're not going off that day, or changing time, or like a meeting, new roles, anything in general that has to do with the podcast. So
yeah. So, I saw something the other day, but I can't remember what it was. No. God damn it, I'm forgetful.
yeah.
We're at the moment we're trying to figure out who we want as our new assistant master. So
I think I got a good name for y'all. I think it's a 2 Bravo 190. I think is the call sign. No.
So, I'd like to congratulate Zach Ryder on being promoted to EMS Assistant Chief. He has earned it, and he has a very well-earned position. Congratulations.
Thank you.
you're funny.
You actually gave me that role, holy shit, everybody probably was going to be pissed, like, the fuck? This fucker hasn't even been on for a week.
Zach Ryder's never got fired in EMS. Why did he get EMS Assistant Chief?
Because I'm the host of the podcast, and I threatened both the chief and the head and assistant head of the department with bans. They didn't. They didn't get it. I can't say that straight. That's funny.
We're just doing a lot for the department. As well, me and Instinct and the 2 heads for Xbox are going to sit down and make up a new training guide, because we are in need of it.
Yes, because everybody that you train is absolutely terrible at their jobs. It's a good thing they fire EMS so they fall back on.
Needed to have to sit down and plan something for the department. Anyways, so we'll talk about that probably after the podcast and probably after I've eaten my dinner. And make some kind of arrangement for a possible training for the department, because it's in need of it. So, I don't know. There's a lot to do for the department.
Yeah.
Yay!
So who do you think is going to be the next head of the department when you leave? Do you think Stinky's going to stick around that long, or do you think?
I kind of hope he does. Like I said, if anything really bad pops up that I won't be able to stay active enough, I probably would go LOA, and then I don't know how I'd do it. But we do have a question coming in from Drifter King 176 saying, what is the worst thing you've done in DOIJ?
Now, what do you mean, like, the worst thing you've done outside RP or in RP?
What do you mean by that, Drifter King? NRP, out of RP, or both? Both, okay.
Both. Okay, damn. Alright. Yeah, I gotta do some thinking on that one.
Okay. The worst thing I've done in RP was, oh my god. What was it? Getting myself a strike on my first day in session.
I remember the first thing the worst thing I did in RP. Oh god, I'm sure I'm still pissed to this day. But it was within my first 2 weeks, and my first 2-3 weeks. I just gotten my my CDL, and I got the truck, whatever. And God, I can't remember exactly why, but I think we were trying to find somebody because like he had like stolen somebody or beaten up a friend or something. So we were trying to find him and kill him, right? And so one of my friends spots him because like we're all like we're driving the big old rig, you know, and they're like 2 or 3 others just like driving around Sandy Shores just trying to look for him. Because that's where the AOP was at the time, was Sandy Shores. This was before we had statewide all the time in PS4 Main. And he spotted him on like the corner of it was like at that motel on like the corner of 68 and 68 Approach. And so I said, "Are you sure?" Because I keep barreling down that direction. I was like, "All right, I will run him over. Now, are you absolutely sure this is the person?" And he's like, "Yes, I am absolutely sure this is the person." So I'm like, "Okay." So I go barreling in, I run him over, but not only do I run him over, I blow up all 3 or 4 cop bikes out of there, a few cop cars. I think there's like an ambulance or fire truck there, I can't remember which one. And the worst thing was, that wasn't even the guy. I got a strike. I got a strike for it too. It's like, are you kidding me? That wasn't even the guy. I had like the HOP pissed at me. Like everybody was like, "Really, dude?" Like I wasn't trying to blow up the bikes. I was just trying to run the person over. I did my best not to blow up anything, but I mean, you're going in a big rig. And, I mean, I didn't even know the cops were there. Like he didn't even mention that part. Like, "Hey, by the way, be careful. The cop bikes are there." And he's like, "All right." I'm just like, "All right." So the guy's there. Yes, the guy's there. Like he told us that he was like, I think he said there was a cop, but he didn't mention anything about cop bikes and just be careful. He's like, "Run him over." I was like, "Run him over." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So.
Or there's someone doing business inspections in session. Yay.
I think probably the worst thing I've done in RP session is be a cannibal and was eating somebody. That was probably the worst thing I ever did in session.
Nice.
And probably the worst thing I did that wasn't in RP was leave DOIJ back in April.
The worst thing I've done outside of RP, I honestly don't think I've done anything that bad for outside of RP, but I don't know on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I can't think of anything. I mean, that you would consider as like bad. I mean, well, I can't think of anything to begin with because my memory is shit. But.
No, I can't think of anything I've done outside of RP that it's the worst thing I've done.
What was the worst thing you've done out of RP?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to give me money on Discord? At the moment, I'm trying to save up so I can buy a nice house in session. just use that for RP as well as just for the fucks of it as well.
Yeah, I'm currently saving up for some stuff that hasn't yet released to GTA Online, so it hasn't come out to DOIJ, because I have some videos planned involving that stuff, but yeah, so at the moment, no, sorry man.
Yeah. We have, there's a lot. I don't know. What's the funniest thing you've done in sessions, Zach?
Oh my gosh, let me think. Well, I don't know. I mean, I know that there's one character that everybody laughs at. Like, not like laughs at, but, you know, like, just enjoys generally, just has a good time. But,
that's your old man one. What character is really good?
I'm sorry, what?
Your old man character is funny.
Yeah, I wish I could bring him back, but the haircut that I have in GTA Online currently, they haven't brought it out, if it's even to be brought out, so it's kind of like, I'm just kind of stuck with it, so I'm very limited in what I can do right now. I might just say screw it and just bring back Old Man Jones in a few days. Like, if they don't bring out Thursday, I'll probably just go ahead and just get rid of the haircut and go back to...
Funniest thing I've done was driving, I can't remember exactly what road, but I got into a 10A, I came down US route, the Great Ocean Highway, turned on Route 68, I see a clock 10:50, so I'm like, gonna slow down a little bit. The next thing I see is the 1080 unit coming flying around the corner. I shit, cause I stopped to round the corner, like, what's going on? And then the next thing I see is the 1080 unit going flying, drifts. I take off and I hit a tree, and then I code 0 right after it.
Oof. Oh, I hate it when code 0 always does. Like, it's always irritating when you code 0, like, right out of the scene is getting good, or like, you know this is gonna be a good scene, you're having fun with the scene, everybody's having fun with the scene, like, this is gonna be a good scene, and the game's like, nope, or internet's like, nope, not today, this scene was a good one, but you will not remember it for how good it was, but how good it could have been.
Okay. There's something else. I mean, I've done a lot of interesting and funny scenes since I joined. I mean, what was really funny the other day, the Mafia came into my 24/7 with guns in their hands. I was like, oh my fucking god, are they coming to rob me?
Yeah, I think you told us about, not like in podcast, but in chats, a few days ago in the rap, and I was like, oh wow.
So that, because I'm part of the cartel, apparently, Mafia and the cartel aren't exactly
buddy.
getting along. So I have to careful. I'm just minding my own business, working at 24/7. Next thing, I hear a helicopter land, and a fuck ton of people just walking in my 24/7 on white suits. I'm like, okay. I have to put their guns away, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get shot for saying that.
Well.
But, hell. It's interesting. There's really the change you get, and there's other ones that are, what the fuck did I just do? So, yeah. Hey?
Yeah, definitely a lot of good things that we've had and yet to have.
To come.
So I think that's actually one in the podcast for now. I've got stuff to do today, as I'm sure you do tonight, Stephanie, and you do this morning, and Stinky. I'm not entirely sure. I forget what your time zone is, but
I am Central Standard.
yes, you're still in the morning. Awesome. So I was right. Haha, I love it. I'm right. Most of the time. So I'm really right, but whatever. So yeah. The first link in the description is to Stephanie Plays Vlogs. It is our wonderful co-host YouTube channel. Do go ahead and subscribe to her. She's an amazing YouTuber. Despite what I said earlier about her being terrible, she's absolutely fantastic. She does not have a gun in my head right now. No, but she is fantastic. So do go ahead and give her a subscribe. I forget exactly what number she is at this second. But why is that on my screen? Sorry, I was on my computer screen. Anyway, the second link in the description is the official DOIJ podcast server. Please do go ahead and join that if you want to join the community meeting or just be, told first about anything going on with the podcast or the server. Again, that'll be the second link in the description. If you want to join DOIJ, we have PS4, Xbox One, and PC, which would be 5M, GTA 5 Roleplay. We also have Red Dead Redemption 2 for PS4 and Xbox One, not PC because it's not out on PC. I'm not sure when it does come out on PC and they release it online for PC, we will have it then as well. We'll have it there as well. So that would be the third link in the description. It will be to the DOIJ interview server. So you have to get interviewed. If you pass the interview process, you'll be sent to training. If you pass training, you'll be sent to the server that you got interviewed for. Or that you went to training server for. So, do all that. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified next time we go live with the next official DOIJ podcast. If you want to see the schedule, do go to the podcast server, and it will be there in podcast schedule. I think that's the name of the channel. So, yeah, stay tuned, stay awesome, and as always, we will catch you later. Thank you all so much for listening in.